Now, you probably clicked on this video because you want to start the process of changing your life. Sounds a bit dramatic, go with me on this. You've got these, and you want them to take you here. And I mean running rather than this particular beach, but I'm just the guide in this journey, so see me as that. You're the driver, and I'm just trying to help you get to where you want to go. So this 5K, it's not the end point, it's not the destination, it's in fact the start, because you're not going to believe what your body is capable of with a little bit of help and guidance. So this is the point where you subscribe, and I'm just gonna play some elevator music and put a little slow motion clip of me running down the beach, just, you know, while you do it. All right, are we all subscribed up? Good. And if you're a previous subscriber, already subscribed to the channel, then here's my challenge to you. Get this plan to someone who hasn't yet started their journey, inspire them to get cracking, because as you know, if you follow the channel, it's all about helping other people. Now in this video, not only am I going to give you a proven beginner to 5K training plan over 6 weeks that is successful, because at the time that you're watching this, the training plans that I put out for free on YouTube have had just a smidge under 1 million views. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to give you the 5 guidelines. I'm not going to call them rules, but the guidelines that I think that you need to follow to A, make this plan a success, but B, make your running journey in general a success so that you can stay in it for the long term. So let's jump into the plan and have a little look. So the first thing that's new for the 2022 plan is that it's what we call an undulating plan, which is just a fancy way of saying running every other day. So some weeks there are going to be 4 runs and some weeks there are going to be 3. And it's important to have non-running days in between, particularly at the start of your journey. The other update is that the plan is downloadable from the This Messy Happy website. It's got clickable links for all of the strength and conditioning sessions. You just need to click and follow. Okay, let's get started. Week 1 is a way of easing in. You have 3 runs and you have 2 rest days, and it starts with strength and conditioning. The code for the run is that the number is minutes and W means walk whilst R means run, but a very gentle run. More on that later. So if we took this first session as an example, the warm-up is 5 minutes of walking, and then you would do 5 lots of 3 minutes walking and 1 minute running. So it goes 3 minutes walking, then 1 minute running, then back to 3 minutes walking, then 1 minute running, and you essentially just do that 5 times through. Then the cool down is a 5 minute walk again. Bosh, session done. Nearly. Don't forget to stretch, again, more of that later. You have 1 strength session and 1 yoga session in the week as well, and they are really important for helping your body deal with the running that you're going to go and put in the legs. So don't skip them, they're as important as the runs. As the second week starts, you'll see that there are 4 runs this time, with slightly shorter warm-ups and cool-downs of 4 minutes and slightly longer run intervals of 1 minute 30 and up to 3 minutes. And then, at the end of that second week, you run your first 1 kilometre, which is really exciting. That final session in the week is actually less overall distance than the previous ones, but don't worry, what's important is that you're running a full kilometre. Again, you have a strength workout and a yoga workout, and all of the workouts selected require no equipment other than you and a space to do them in, to make it as easy as possible. Now, on to the third week. The amount of times you run goes up, as does the time of the intervals, but just slightly. And at the end of this week, you're going to run 2 kilometres without stopping. You're really doing it. You have 1 strength and 2 yoga workouts this week. Week 4 is back to 4 runs, and again, we're gradually tweaking the times that you run, but nothing crazy. And you may notice that the warm-ups have now changed from a walk to a gentle run too. And this week ends in 3 kilometres without stopping. Now week 5 is a more gradual increase, as well as 3 strength and conditioning workouts. You're now running way more than walking. For example, doing 4 lots of 1 minute walk and 6 minutes running. At the end of the week, you have a 4 kilometre run. The 5 kilometres is in sight, so just 1 more week. 2 bigger sessions followed by a smaller session of 5 lots of 1 minute walk and 4 minutes run. This is just to make sure that your legs are as fresh as possible for your 5 kilometre effort on Sunday. You've made it. How awesome. And like I said at the beginning of the video, 5 kilometres is not the end point, it's the start of your journey. And it's such an exciting journey to be on. Now, let's talk about the 5 rules. No, not rules, I said not rules. Let's talk about the 5 guidelines that I think you need to follow to make this plan a complete success, but also to make your running journey in general a complete success for the long term. And guideline number 1 is how to view the word running, because a lot of people contact me and say, is running different to jogging? Is there a difference in other speeds of running? And no, as far as I'm concerned, there isn't. Running is just the way that I use to describe your legs going faster than walking. So when I talk about the running speed in this training plan, I'm talking about 6 or 5 out of 10 in terms of your effort. You should be able to hold a conversation very easily with a friend if you're running with them, and you should enjoy it. What you shouldn't feel is like your heart's going to explode out of your chest or you're going to pop in general. That's running too hard for this plan. So start easy and smile. There's no rush. Guideline 2, and it's probably one of the 2 non-negotiables that I would say that you need in addition to the actual running in the plan, is that don't neglect the stretching after each run. So factor in about 10 minutes after each run to go through a really good stretch routine. And of course, I've linked one in the running plan, so you can just click on that and follow that stretching routine, but you might have your own. But don't neglect it. And off the back of that, don't neglect the strength and conditioning. This is the second non-negotiable. Now, the strength and conditioning is the stuff that pro runners do, that long-term runners do, so that they can actually do the thing that they enjoy, which is the running. The strength and conditioning builds you a really strong, durable body that can do what you want it to do when it comes to running. So I think if you're looking at how they complement each other, the strength and conditioning is as important as the running in your running journey if you want to be running for life, which I'm hoping that you do. Guideline, point, tip, whatever you want to call it, number 4 is there's no rush. Please don't rush. If you get to the 3rd week or the 4th week and you are due to run a 3 kilometers, but you feel really good and you want to run a 5, don't. I get lots of comments from people who have overcooked it in the early days of their journey, because you probably can run a 5K in week 3 or 4, but it's probably not sensible. And you can pick up an overuse injury because your body's just trying to keep up. It's trying to adapt and it's trying to keep up with the stresses of the running that you're putting it through. So don't rush. If you zoom out, you're doing this for a lifetime. This is just the first 6 weeks, in theory, of the rest of your life. So there's no rush to get to that 5K, because the 5K is the start point. What's next? And it's the same with don't panic, because sometimes you might, for whatever reason, miss a session, and it happens. Don't try and catch it up the next day. The most important thing is that we do a recovery day in between running days. Just try not to miss 2 runs in a row and you'll be golden. And finally, try and find the joy. Connect to running for the joy, and I promise you, you're going to stay in it for long term. So go out and find exciting routes. Run with friends that make you happy. Do anything you can to enjoy the process. This is not here to be something that you dread. It's here to be something that you actively look forward to as part of your day and as part of your life. So find the joy, and you're going to stay in it for long term. So what do you do now? Well, the first thing is, if you're serious about this, tell me in the comments. Let me know so that I can just wish you luck, but also keep up with how you're going. It's really nice for me to be able to check in with people and see if they made it through the program. And also, I can answer any questions that you have. So if you've got any questions, if I haven't made it totally clear in the video, then ask in the comments or contact us on Instagram or on Strava or on email, however you want, and I will try and help you, and I will try and clear it up if I haven't made it completely clear. And of course, hopefully I've convinced you now to subscribe to the channel, because this channel is all about helping you fulfill your potential by giving you plans and training session ideas, but also sharing our journey, our races, our training. It's a one-stop shop to hopefully being the best versions of ourselves that we can be. That's what we want from the channel, so hopefully I've convinced you it's time to subscribe. And finally, if you want to level up, if you want to have a look at our merchandise, then a new line has just come out. We've got new vests, new t-shirts, new hoodies. So if you want to be a mess hat with merchandise, mess hat is what we call our community, then I'll put a link in the description for you to check out the merchandise for yourself. So right here I'm going to link 2 videos, and the first one is our ultimate beginner to marathon training plan, which I would recommend that you jump on after the 5K, and you don't have to go to the marathon. This is a plan where you can jump on at any level that you're at and take yourself to any other level. So if you want to go to 10K, it'll take you there. If you want to go to half marathon, it'll take you there. If you want to consolidate the 5K, it'll take you there. This is a plan for everyone to get to wherever they want to go. And also I'm going to link you Mary's experience of her first 10K in Celebration in Florida, where she trained from the 5K training plan up to 10K, just to show you what is possible when you put your mind to it, what your bodies can do, and how much joy you can find in this crazy world of running that we're in. And that's it. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for commenting if you do. I'll see you on Sunday.